Chaser's making a comeback today. It feels so good to be back working on the Chaser. Over the past few months, we haven't really been able to drive this car because I've been actually having some trouble getting this thing registered, but thankfully all of that's cleared now. And over those few months, we've been stacking up parts. We've been like hiding them on the inside of the Chaser. Look at this. It's been crazy. We have a ton of stuff to do on this car. We've just been waiting for the right time. And today is that day. It feels so good to be back working on the JDM cars. As much as I love the Porsches and the BMWs and all of that, there's nothing like a good old stinky JDM car. Now, before we get started, I've had some comments regarding the camera quality here. I actually dropped my camera a couple of videos ago and that destroyed my lens. And in the meantime, before I can get a new lens, just don't mind the haziness around my head. I'm gonna fix it, I promise. Today, mission number one is getting this Chaser back on the road. I'm sure you guys all remember. I bought this car, immediately took it drifting, and sent it right into the tire wall. Today, we'll be fixing that and getting this thing back on the road. The whole goal for this car is for me to learn how to drift and learn how to drive, but also I wanna make this thing a really rad little street car. So not only be able to go drift it, but also have some fun, drive this thing on the street. The 1J is so good, the Chaser is so good. I don't wanna limit this thing to only living on the track as a drift car. I want to be able to drive this thing and enjoy this thing on the street as well and enjoy how good that 1J is. This is my first ever JZ car. I gotta enjoy it. So like I said, first things first today, let's get this thing back on the road. We got a lot to do, but first, we're gonna be doing this. So, getting this Chaser back on the road, we obviously can't have it looking like this. So, we got this, and this is a brand new to me, Vertex front bumper for the Chaser, which is essentially, I believe before I exploded it into the tire wall, exactly what was on it previously. And we also actually got a Vertex rear bumper, which is somewhere in here, just in case that whatever goes as well, we have just a spare. But today we're gonna be putting on a new front bumper. But the only thing is we can't put it on like this, so let's change this. First things first, before we get moving on this front bumper, we're gonna be doing a little bit of work to the Chaser. Now, just for future precautions here, we're gonna be removing all of the plastics. This thing is gonna see a lot of track time, and a lot of these plastics are in the way, especially when we get a proper alignment and start doing a lot more drifting. Alright, you can already see this is already ripping. Just to be 100% sure, we're gonna go ahead and pull all of this before we start mounting up our front bumper. So that way we can get it fitted up, and then we can start working on actually getting that thing properly mounted. Much better. We're not leaving the bumper just fiberglass white. We are gonna be DIY painting this today. And before I paint it, I wanna go ahead and fit it up on the car so that we don't have to like drill or, you know, do any of that other stuff after it's painted. I like to already have it done on the car so that when we paint it, it can just slide right back on. There's no fitting or cutting or drilling or anything we have to do like that once the black paint has already been laid. So before we paint it, let's fit it up and see how it looks. First things first, test fit. So currently figuring out where to mount our bumper. It's so easy with these, just like a tap screw here and a bolt is gonna go here. But like I said, I wanna do this now so that when we're done painting, we're not like putting our hands, like bending this and all that kind of stuff, trying to figure this out after the fact.
I don't have meat here, dude.
You don't have any meat?
I don't have meat like you have
fiberglass bumpers. Send it somewhere. Drift car. Tim, you know, this is a nice change of pace from cutting up the front end of a Porsche to just drilling a couple holes in some fiberglass and sending it, right?
I kind of miss the Porsche at this point, though. I really do.
I miss this. I miss just work on the stinky JDM cars. Okay, we have the holes drilled. This thing should just mount up, essentially, so. All in all, about 3 minutes, the Vertex bumper fits. Fits enough. We gotta remember it is drift car spec, and this is a fiberglass bumper. Actually, this is probably a good time. If anybody has any recommendations on a polyurethane body kit, please let me know, because one large bump or dip in the road and this thing is going to explode. So anybody that has any recommendations on a good kit that we could get to help prevent that, maybe let me know. But I mean, this is about as good as we're gonna get. It actually looks pretty awesome, and once it's paint matched with the black, you won't even be able to know. It's gonna be epic. Perfect for, like I said, going to the track, but also making this thing fun for the street. Oh, yep. Tim's drilling out where we are gonna mount some clips up here. So this will hold it to the bumper bar so that when we're at speed, this bumper won't sag or anything. And it's gonna be pretty mounted. It's pretty good. I mean, my side isn't even like tightened yet and pretty mounted. So once that's done, we can get this thing out of the shop, start painting. All right, fitment is as good as we can get it. Now it's time to get this thing prepped and ready for paint. We're just gonna be doing it DIY style, rattle can style. If you guys didn't know, this chaser has actually already been painted. It was originally white, and whoever owned the car last got it painted black. And it's just a flat black, so I figured easiest thing to do here, because who knows how many front bumpers we're gonna go through, is to rattle can this and see how good we can get this thing paint matched. So with that, let's go ahead and get this thing outside, start prepping it, and get to painting. First things first, we're starting out with sanding. We are going to be using 80 grit, hopefully not obstructing any of the body lines, and then going softer and softer as we get going. But we're just trying to get this thing nice and smooth, ready for the primer, and then eventually the paint. Dut's Body Shop. But if you guys come in right here, what we're going to try and do with sanding it, at least as best as I can, is clean up a lot of these imperfections right here. I'm probably not going to be able to do it 100%. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I just want to sand it out enough to where it's not this bad. There's a lot in this fiberglass bumper. It's not perfect, but we're just going to get it as good as we can. And if I can clean up all the edges like this and make sure it doesn't look like just absolute trash, then, you know, it'll be a win. That's what I'm going to be trying to achieve with the sanding, and then we'll move on to primer. Okay, I know we're just rattle canning this, and this is the most DIY at-home thing you can do. We got this pretty good.
No,
this is pretty damn smooth. I mean, I'm actually super impressed. Look at how good. The lighting's really bad, so hopefully we got what it looked like when we started, but that's actually really smooth. All the body lines are still good. If anything, we kind of sharpened up the body lines a little bit. This actually looks really nice. All right, so I think we are pretty much good. Maybe just, there's like a couple spots that we can go over,
what we can do is we can prime it.
Yeah.
And then you can sand the primer if you really want to.
Yeah. I think we got this thing pretty damn good. All right, so I'll give you guys a little look over so you guys can see what we've done here. I have no idea what I'm shooting. It's too bright out here, but the bumper looks really nice and smooth now. I think she is ready for her first coat of primer. I'm pretty stoked. This is fun, man. We haven't done something like this in a long time. It feels really good. All right, let's do some primer. Next step in our little DIY bumper, we're gonna wipe this bumper down just with a microfiber, use some alcohol wipes, and then she should be clean and ready to go for some paint or primer. Feels like I'm about to get a shot. Just rattle canning.
It'll be fine. It's gonna look brand new, you know? Honestly.
Should be a really great 10-footer.
Oh yeah, maybe 12.
Maybe 12. Maybe even 15. We'll see. Wish me luck. Primer time. I think we're gonna do 2 coats of primer and then move on to the paint. Let's get started. All right, we are moving along nicely here. Front bumper is now primered. Pretty good. Even with the primer, it doesn't look half bad. I think we did a pretty damn good job. So now, primer's dry. This is where it matters. We gotta do the paint job, and it's gonna be a difficult one, especially with the wind, but we're making do with what we got. Let's get her done. There's also a part of the shop no one ever gets to see, Tim. This is the graveyard. Our pallets. Dude, look how many pallets we have.
Lots of deliveries.
Pallets, and then you guys know we like to install exhausts. This is where all of our exhausts that we take off go. This is the Legends parts graveyard back here. Perfect match.
I hope so.
Pretty good. Better than no bumper, you know? Let's see her. She looks like a front bumper.
It probably honestly just needs more clear in a controlled environment. Because like when I was spraying it, the wind was just blowing it everywhere.
Yeah. All right, so, I mean, honestly, dude, like I told you guys, when you see us in person, just stand a good 15 feet back. This is gonna look great. But for real, now we're gonna let the paint and the clear coat cure. There's one thing that I wanna do before we get this thing off of the lift. One thing that I really wanna do before this thing comes off the lift is an oil change. We have not done one since I bought this car and we went drifting and everything, and we should have done one when we first got it, and now we really have to do one because I have a strange suspicion that there's something going on in here. I hope that I'm wrong, but we're about to find out. Before we get any further, let's do an oil change. Are you ready? Why is that milk? Why is that milk? You think so?
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
There's no way. Do you really think so? Smell that. You think the oil's just burned? Is that a possibility?
Milky though? Milk is usually water.
I know, but there's... The reason why I had a strange suspicion, this morning when I did the donut, shot out white smoke. But that's the only time, like usually when your head gasket's going, remember the Z?
There's a lot coming
Billowing. Out. That is a lot. That is so much. Did we blow a head gasket? Is that what this is? Today might have just turned into a much bigger project than we had anticipated.
One JZ500 horsepower build?
No, no, please. I wanted it simple. I want to go. Seriously, this is not good. We're just gonna pretend like we never saw this. We're gonna do an oil change like normal.
No, we're gonna pretend we saw it and just pay attention to it.
Dude.
Oh, it's even worse.
Stop. Please. No.
God.
No.
So the interesting thing though, it smells like gas really bad.
That's the bad part because that means
it's like rings. Oh God.
Dude, that's not okay.
Look at it. It literally looks like chocolate milk. No. Oh. Oh God, it's spilling everywhere.
We're so screwed. If you guys have any suggestions, let us know in the comments what we do about this. Are we just gonna pull do we pull the engine now? We're just gonna do it?
I'll probably do some tests first though.
Let me know what you guys think. So I guess I'm just gonna do a little
compression test, because that would,
yeah,
if piston rings are pushing gas through, because that's what it seems to me, because the gas is supposed to stay in the chamber and it seems like it's not.
Yeah, I just don't want it to detonate.
Yeah, because then bye-bye block.
All right, only thing we can do now is fill it up with oil and see what happens in the next couple of days, and we'll check it again. Fill this thing up like normal. I'll do a little bit of driving and see if it gets milky again. If it does, I guess it's time to pull this engine out, Tim.
You know, we were gonna do a clutch.
Yeah, it's very true. We were. Might as well just send it at that point.
Yeah.
We can wait on the clutch now, see what happens with the oil, and then make a decision after that. So, all right, we're gonna go fill the oil up and continue on like this never happened. Front bumper, and we got interior stuff. we got ourselves a front bumper. You know, yeah, you know, from maybe, if you guys look at the bumper from way back here, it looks brand new. If you guys see us in person, this is how far I want you to stand back from seeing the Chaser. No, I mean, it's DIY, okay? It's not the greatest in hindsight. You know, we probably could have gotten it wrapped, but it's not the worst. It looks better than the pure fiberglass. The bumper's on. It's good enough for our DIY at-home paint job. It's black. I think it's okay. I think it's good enough. It looks a lot better than without the front bumper, and it also looks a lot better than just the raw fiberglass.
It needs a wet sand and bumper.
That's what it would, yeah. You know, maybe that's the answer. It looks good enough, guys. I'm pretty stoked. And it actually looks like a car now. So we're gonna go ahead and button everything up, put the wheels back on, get this car on the ground. And next up, we're gonna move to the interior. Now that the front bumper's done, we can move on to the interior, which is something that I really wanted to do. Let's come on, step over here. So the interior on the Chaser is extremely nice, but since we're gonna be drifting this car, I wanted a nice set of buckets to go into the interior. So I'm gonna leave everything, but just remove the driver's side and the passenger seat and replace them with this over here. Check these out. Today, we're gonna be installing brand new buckets from Status Racing. So what's so special about these obviously are that we did a collaboration with Status, but not only just us, Status actually will be able to make custom seats for you guys as well. So I'm gonna leave a link to Status down in the description box below. But I wanted to take kind of like a unique old style logo that we have for Legends and put them in the seats. And I did a unique color combo as well. We have the Legends circuit team with like a light blue stitching. I kind of wanted to pop a little bit, do something a little bit different than we normally do. So that's where the yellow Legends and the circuit team came from. They are Alcantara in the center and then a nice leather on the exterior. It's gonna be super nice in the interior of the Chaser and just spice it up a little bit and also hold me and keep me planted while I'm drifting if we get the engine fixed. Well, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and install these. We have a driver and a passenger. Beautiful set of seats with rails, as well as, check this guy out, Status does make steering wheels. So we have a beautiful suede deep dish steering wheel that we're going to be installing, harnesses, seat brackets, and we have a quick release somewhere in here as well. So we're going to be spicing up the entire interior. Like I said, getting this thing back on the road. I love finding little Easter eggs like this. 50 yen. Did you find something?
Lawson
no
receipt.
way, we have a little Combini receipt from Lawson. That's tight. We're gonna go ahead and remove our OEM seats and then we'll be able to put, or I guess start mounting the new seats to their brackets and putting them in the car. Dude, this isn't even tight. Not even tightened. It's loose. That's fine, everything's fine. Whoever owned this car prior to me, thank you for that. Cross thread is a tight thread. 500 yen, baby. Hey, I'm gonna have a nice fun for the next time I go back to Japan. Dude, we've got a nice piggy bank going. It's pretty cool.
Car's about to pay itself off.
It's really, dude. Good to go. More goodies. What is this thing? Oh, look at this. Pretty sick. Little JDM flashlight, dude. While Tim works on the passenger side seat and starts figuring stuff out, what I want to do before we get this seat in is get our new steering wheel in, because this is going to dictate where I mount my new seat on the rail. So also, yes, what's really cool is that this is a very, very sought after TRD steering wheel, which I would not be getting rid of. I really do want to reupholster it and keep it in the collection for maybe down the road. I had no idea when I purchased this, but when I purchased this, all of you guys in the comments were sending me links and telling me not to get rid of this because this is a very, very nice piece for all like Toyota collectors, which I think is cool. So no, I'm not going to toss this. We're going to get it reupholstered and keep it in the collection. Magic. Okay, now for the big guy, and this will come out. Oh, easy. Ah, there it is. Woo! Got her. All right, this is going into a secure location, and we will get this reupholstered. Now let's take a look at our quick release. Today we have the Energy short hub to pair with our quick release. Hopefully this sets it back enough to where it won't be so close, because for me personally, I like to kind of sit closer to the wheel. So hopefully it's at a nice position. That's why I got the short hub here. So we can go ahead and install this guy. Okay, we have that. And then this guy is going to essentially just bolt in something like that. I'll figure it out. Dude.
There she goes.
We got ourselves a freaking steering wheel. Let's check it out. So good. That is so sick, dude. Hell yes. It'd be so much better for driving too. Oh, looks so good. And the quality of the Status Racing, very, very nice. This would be super nice to be able to take it off when I get out, slide it back on. Money. NRG setup with the Status Racing, very good. Tim's almost done with the passenger seat, and then we can move on to the driver's seat. Before we do that though, I'm gonna clean everything up and vacuum this so it's nice and clean for when the new seat goes in. Time. Steering wheel's installed, passenger side installed. We have the rails on. She's good to go. Yeah, I think that's perfect. This is actually really nice. Yeah, perfect.
I'll
So
leave the other one higher.
yeah, we're not doing sliders because I feel like I would sit too high with sliders. But I think where we positioned the seat, we don't even need sliders. This feels really nice. And plus, like, this is telescopic. So I think the short hub really helped us out as well. Because if it wasn't short, I'd be like, say like this.
Well, can't you pull it out too?
Yeah, but I don't need to. I think seating position is solid. Let's go ahead and bolt her down and we'll be good to go. Tim, she is spicy, brother. Status Racing seats are in. Our quick release is quick releasing. Check this out. Heck yes, dude. We are one step closer to making this thing functional, cool street car, drift car. Front bumper's complete, interior is complete. I mean, she's a car now. Only problem is she has chocolate milk pouring from the engine. So now that I just remember that just son of a bitch. It's fine. I'm gonna drive it a little bit to test and see if we still have chocolate milk coming out, and then we'll reconvene on what the hell we're supposed to do after that. But it's fine. Anyways, I'm stoked at how awesome the car came out today. Front bumper looks awesome. The seats look awesome. Steering wheel is great. If you guys want to get some custom made Status Racing, or even if you don't want custom seats and you just want Status Racing seats, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to Status Racing down in the description box below for you guys. We also use these on our giveaway 350Z, which were absolutely epic. And I'm so hyped on how these turned out. I'm really excited to play on this color scheme here with more little details on the car. So stay tuned for that, guys. But big epic win for today. We're gonna start moving cars around and maybe pull this thing out tomorrow in the sunlight to give you guys a little better look at how everything comes together. Here she is in all her glory. The Chaser is back, my friends, and I am super excited. The bumper's not perfect by any means, but it definitely gets the job done. It is a perfect, just spare bumper to have. Like I said, we really want to do a proper polyurethane kit so that I don't keep exploding these. But for a backup and just for now, this bumper is totally fine. I do want to restore the headlights, so that's going to be coming in the next videos, restoring these headlights because they're a little bit yellowed, but everything else, this car is so good. My plate should be coming in just a couple of days, so this thing will be ready to hit the streets. I'll be able to drive this thing. I am so ready. It feels so great to be back working on a JDM car and just back in what I love. Let me give you guys a little look at the interior now that it's all complete. It looks fan-freaking-tastic. The status racing seats are beautiful. The yellow absolutely pops. So nice. I love that we have the yellow, a little bit of red here. We've got the blue. There's a lot of color going on in here, and I feel like we can definitely play on that once we want to do like a livery or more things down the road. But I am beyond hyped at how the interior looks. Chaser is ready to hit the streets. I am pumped. Now, as you guys are watching today, it's actually T-Money's birthday, so everybody wish Tiana a happy birthday. We're actually heading out of town, so we'll be gone for a couple of days, but when we get back, we're hitting the Chaser hard. Now, back to the oil thing. I think that we may have found out what the oil could be, and it's not as bad as we think, but I don't want to say anything until we kind of figure it out, and you guys might even be commenting already what it could possibly be. So we're gonna find out. But the car, I drove it a little bit up and down the street here. The car runs fine. It sounds super healthy. There's no smoke billowing out. I think it's okay. I think it's gonna be okay, but you know, obviously we'll make sure. Anyways, moral of the story of today's video, Chaser is back, baby, and I hope you guys are excited. I gotta go up and pack and get ready for our trip here. Very successful video, I hope, as long as our GZ is okay. And ready just to do some fun stuff with this car. Like I said, transform it into a super rad street car that we will also go rip on the track and learn how to drift in. I think this thing is going to be awesome, and you guys can see me progress on that side of driving, not only just racing and time attack, but also getting comfortable sliding a car around, which is very, very valuable. So with that, dude, this thing just sounds so good. Yes. With that, I will see you guys for the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. We will see you guys for the next one. Peace out.